smile and pull me in. Palm trees sway like it knows our name. Golden hour glow, we came to play. Coconut cup, cold on my lips. Pretty little laugh and a little kiss. Hold me close, let the day go slow. You and me on island time, you know. Swing in the hammock, swing in the heat. Coconut cup and a sweet reggae beat. Beautiful ladies, turn and sway. Happy thoughts, can you feel it, babe? Feel it, babe. Swing in the hammock, stay all night. We got that joy, and it feels so right. Moon starts rising over the bay. Your hand in mine won't slip away. Bare feet tapping in the warm sand line. One more round and we feel just fine. Raspy voice and a smiling face. Every little worry loses its place. Hold me close, let the day go slow. You and me on island time, you know. Swing in the hammock, sweet in the heat. Coconut cup and a sweet reggae beat. Beautiful ladies, turn and sway. Happy thoughts, can you feel it, babe? Feel it, babe. Swing in the hammock, stay all night. We got that joy, and it feels so right. Let the waves talk back, let the moonlight shine. We came for the laughter and a good old time. One more sip, then we spin around. Heart so light, we don't touch the ground. Swing in the hammock, swing in the heat. Coconut cup and a sweet reggae beat. Beautiful ladies, turn and sway. Happy thoughts, can you feel it, babe? Feel it, babe. Swing in the hammock, stay all night. We got that joy, and it feels so right. Yeah. Pretty ladies by the water, laughing in the heat. Coconut in my hand, bare feet keeping time beneath. Hammock tied between two palms, swinging easy, slow. Happy thoughts in salty air, nowhere else to go. Raise a glass, let the good times roll. Trumpet in the breeze, bass down in your soul. Snap your fingers, feel that island sound. We keep smiling till the sun goes down. Color on the table, cold drinks, sweating through the glass. Every little worry drifts away and lets us pass. Your shoulder next to mine, warm breeze across the bay. We'll carry this sweet feeling when the daylight fades away. Raise a glass, let the good times roll. Trumpet in the breeze, bass down in your soul. Snap your fingers, feel that island sound. We keep smiling till the sun goes down.
Got welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. See, we got a couple comments already. Tyler plays. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome to the Saturday stream. Happy to have y'all. If there's any issues with the audio going on or anything like that, why is my light flashing? We'll call it a seizure. Turn that off. Lost track of my thought. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna go back to the horror game we were working on before. Gonna add a couple little more things to that, and I think from there, if not this stream, the following stream, we're gonna move on to making an app and basically gonna let Claude do the work. Stupid internet people says vibe coding instead of the obvious self-explanatory AI coding. Is Jen douchebag hiding ignorance? I mean, if that's what you want to call it. But I'm still teaching people how to use something that's very simple to use, but we'll still have people ask simple questions that are very easy to simply type in Google or Gemini. Like an example, most people don't realize when you're trying to ask a question nowadays and you're trying to get to the exact answer, if you type it into Google, you're going to have all this run around and look through links. If you type it into Gemini, it does all the work for you. It tells the general brief information you need, and from there you already have the answer and don't really have any more questions because it's all right there in front of you. So certain things like that is something very simple that most people will just look right over. I guarantee you most people you talk to don't type in Gemini. They type in Google and they type in that question. But without further ado, open this up. We got this going, right? And now, for anybody who hasn't seen it, I will show you. Where's my keyboard? I will show you what the game is looking like so far. Drag it up a little bit. What are you doing this? I'm trying to pull it up. Alright, there we go. So this is the game so far. As far as what it's looking like. Oh, okay. I've added some creatures in here, as you see. But I got like a werewolf. I got a werewolf right now. I got a mummy. There's this other character that it created on its own, which was pretty interesting. The AI created some type of spooky character in here. One second. Why is it not letting me restart it? Click to capture. What the fuck? That'd be a bug. Alright, so we're gonna have to code that in there. Let me just restart the. There you go. Alright. A quick little bug, but it's all good. So basically, right now we're adding some final touches to this game right now. I added this before the other day to add like a little gold crest with some grapes on it. So since it didn't make the grapes purple, alright, Mr. Werewolf, I'm trying to explain something. Calm down, alright? That's another thing too. I gotta nerf this thing because they just keep spawning out of nowhere and getting me. I don't know what's going on because usually it just reverts back to the beginning and then from there I can just move forward. But since it's doing that, we're gonna code that in right now. Let's see if the thing works. Sometimes it's a little glitchy when I first, since I'm using OBS and then using the mic on here, so just give it a few. I'm going to, so the one thing I'm going to add in here is the reset is not working, so that's a bug in the game. The other thing I want to change is, alright, the jump scare is popping up nicely. I did add jump scares in here, so that was pretty cool. Was it me or did the ceiling shake? Alright. Yo. Alright, so now you see I gotta nerf that guy because like, I'm not even moving. He keeps fucking coming up and just fucking biting me. You can see him on the map, but you have to pay attention at the same time. But I think so far this is pretty good. What I was basically adding into this game is basically after you find all 4 sundials, you then enter a doorway. Instead of entering the doorway where you just simply are, you just win the game, this one will be different where you're actually entering the pyramid. So right now I'm trying to go outside right now to show you the general pyramid I'm talking about. So, beautiful jump scare, very unexpected. So I'm basically trying to have it where when I get all 4 sundials, which is the one you just saw me collect, I walk through the door, a green door, and it spawns me in there. And basically, we're going to try to get all the way up to the top and find basically a gold statue of a grape, you know? It's where the value, and that's the general, what the game's, how you say, well, there's the opening right there I was telling you about. This is the creature I was telling you about that the game created. I didn't create this creature. The game created it, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So this is the sundial. So I'll grab 4 of those. 4 is my lucky number, so that's why I went with 4. And from there, like I said, you can just keep adding little things to the game that uniquely makes it yours, you know? This may have added it in there, and I kind of like it, you know what I mean? It's interesting. I'm not really sure what to call them or what it is, but as I see certain things on there, we can later on go into Blender and make the character more, how you say, more realistic, or like more features. As you see right now, we just saw the bottom of his feet, and his feet are like look like 2 pieces of wood standing on top of each other, somehow smoothed around at the top like some sausages against each other. But all right, so we're going to, oh, also I made my usage thing come closer to, all right, so session restarts from that. Okay, perfect. So we have 0% for our session right now. I also noticed too, the the last stream I was talking about, they were going to end the expansion of the Claude usage for code, as far as being 50% more you can use it. It was going to end on August 19th. Now it is the, I think, let me just look right directly at it. It's now through August 31st when the promotion ends. And then limits return to your plan's standard amount. So I think that's pretty good. We got a little more time to use it. But like I said, the real key and test will be what this usage and how fast you will run it up when that's gone. Also, there's another thing right here. I was looking at the context right here. I'm already at 85%. Let me see if you guys can see it. I don't think there's anything revealing, so I will do this to show you. Responsive key. This is what I'm talking about right here as far as messages. Messages seem to be up pretty high right now. It's at 81.4%. So I haven't really been deleting my messages or anything like that. So like, I'm not sure what happens when this gets to 100%. It says for memory files, it's at 660. So I don't really know if that means I'm about to run out of space soon. I did delete some messages before the stream actually started, but it didn't go down. It didn't go down below 80. It's actually up higher. It was at 80 exactly, but now it's at 81.4. I added a couple other things to make sure the stream would be solid before I started. So I'm not sure what happens when I get to 100%. Playing usage pro, as you see, is a 5-hour limit once you start. All weekly models reset in 5 hours every time. They reset on Sunday. So we'll have more. But like I said, I don't think that affects this up top above with the messages, MCP tools, and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly that does and what that causes and how we can fix that to make that go smaller. But I just wanted to bring that up. So, how we doing, Ella Bella? Welcome in, welcome in. Have fake friends. Well, that sucks, Ella. What you really gotta do is love yourself, you know? You don't want, everyone wants friends, and you should always want friends, but I've noticed a lot of times nowadays, a lot of people are either there just to kind of get something from you, or just there until you're not useful anymore and then they drop you. You know what I mean? Or some people are just there because you're acquainted with another person, you know? That's really how life be sometimes, unfortunately. Hate to say it. But if you love yourself, you have a smile on your face all the time. You got skills and accomplishments that you specifically created and beat. And most people can't commit to anything these days. So, enough rambling. Let's fix this game up a little bit. I need you to create me. First off, in the game, the restarting to play the game again is not working right now. It is having me die and lay on the ground, and after that, I can't respawn unless I actually restart the actual browser. So that needs to be fixed. The next thing I would like in the game is to make the game a little more easier. Right now, the characters that attack you are a little too spammy, and there's not much area for me to move around and to actually survive as I'm showing the game off. So for now, I would like you to create a setting for easy, medium, and hard, and then expert to add more characters and enemies into the game. So that way I can actually kind of move around and see how the game works before really just being attacked on the daily and constantly without having the ability to roam around the map. I also would like you to add creator mode, which allows me to free roam the map without necessarily doing the the task of the game, so I can really see what's going on and what I want to add in the video game itself. That's just a simple way of vibe coding. Like I said, you're just speaking what you want, putting it into Claude, and then from there, you're able to get an output and physically see it in front of your eyes and move the mechanics versus you trying to code this. You know what I'm saying? That was a long sentence I just wrote. You know what I'm saying? Trying to code that, it's like you really need coding experience. And that could take years to do, while this right here speeds up the time. In my opinion, like, AI is helping us push through, or basically time travel. And what I mean by time travel is not literally time traveling as far as, you know, skipping to 2027 right now, but if you think about it, the stuff that you can get done in the amount of years it would usually take doing it the other way by yourself and learning code and asking people for help and finding the right team and having the money to pay for that, and then branch that off and make it go online and monthly updates and stuff to not have it actually made until years later. Just like an example, GTA 7, or I mean GTA 6, not 7. GTA, yeah, who knows if we go get GTA 7, but GTA 6, how long is pushing it off, you know what I mean, without a profit? A small person is not going to be able to do that unless they had a decent amount saved and they really have that vision and can keep pushing towards it. Some people can get discouraged very easily when one thing goes wrong or there's a hiccup in there and they don't like that, and now they gotta, you know, trial and error to try to fix it. That's very easy to get people to just simply walk away and say, I couldn't do it, and oh, this came up, so I couldn't do it. All the excuses start coming in. So with AI, especially Claude AI, you have the ability to create your dream and manifest it into reality, possibly within a year's time, if not less. A year's time could sound like a lot too, but like, think about it. If you did it on your own, it could take multiple years. It could take 5 years. It could take 7. You know, so just things like that. AI is killing polar bears. I mean, that could be true, but possibly not true at the same time. But if you think about it, the exhaust that comes out of our cars are killing people too. There are certain areas in the world where the smog is so bad from all the cars driving and stuff like that, but people still live in it and people are dying. But that doesn't change, you know, the movement of everything. That doesn't change people from stop driving those exhaust cars. They may have added, electric cars and other stuff too, but you got to realize all these types of green energy comes at a cost and still offsets a little bit. Take an example. I was talking to a friend about it the other day. A turbine wheel. That's supposed to be green energy, right? That thing spinning around on a constant basis. What do you think that involves? Oil. You know how much oil that probably takes to make sure that thing is spinning on a constantly 24/7? Sure, yes, it's like I said, it's helping with the green energy and stuff, using wind power and stuff like that, and helping a grid. But also, you have to ship all that oil on a constant and make sure the maintenance and stuff is good on it to be able to keep doing that. Like I said, everything always comes with pros and cons and a cost, because that's just life. There's always one good side and one bad side to something. Never just directly, even, oh yeah, it's good. You know what I mean? There's always going to be something that's going to come out. But, let me see what's going on in this game right here. The token is loaded. Outer Tune, Sundial. Oh yeah, so far this game looks like it's going to take a little bit more time, but like I said, I think the next one is I want to do an app. If you have an app idea, anything specific that you want to create or see being created, or we can almost do step by step, you could just put it in chat and it can give me an idea of maybe the next app we'll make in the next stream. Right now, this one is going to be the video game, but also, what do you guys want to see on the wall? You know what I mean? Could the wall be better? Does it need to be a different type of material? What the hell is that? Could it be a different type of material? Actually, I think it has changed. Because remember before, Tyler was jumping on these before, and now it's different. So I did add that beforehand. So this looks pretty cool. That do look like okay. I got that. Nice. So what we could change too is I noticed that these spiders are kind of a jump scare, but they don't hurt you when you're near it, but it makes your person kind of flinch. We have the thing with the fire to wave away these rattlesnakes. The rattlesnakes could look a little better, but we're not going to necessarily worry about that right now. Right now, we are letting it do the coding right now. It's using 7.6 tokens. Let's see how much usage we have gone through. Right now, we're at 31% usage right now, which is pretty decent amount. But the reason why, remember, like I said in the previous, what the heck? Okay, this is cool looking. Hold up. Look at this code right now. Yeah, look at these pyramids. Yeah, this is cool. See, now right here, that just gave me an idea of like, instead, instead, maybe I want to be able to, like I said, make the, okay, this is awesome. This is awesome. I was not expecting, yo, this is like a Call of Duty when you're on top of the map, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But see, look at that. Other games that we've played, you can get an idea for and generally see what you're trying to do and what you're trying to think of. But look, who would have thought to make something like this? But maybe I can make some type of skating or some type of hoops to go through as you're flying through. You know what I'm saying? And gliding around. Wow, so that's what it looks like from the top. Yeah, I would have never thought about this right here. So this is only the first layer. There's a couple openings. Where's the moon at? Moon looks pretty good. Still vibe coding currently. But yeah, I like the look of it so far. Like I said, there you go. It's doing a good job. I would have not, like I said, you don't know code, you wouldn't know how to do that. But one thing that's scaring me a little bit is this right here. It's showing 91%. I don't know how it's gonna be at 100, but we go hit 100. We may hit it today. Who knows? I'm just gonna grab off where Sundial's doing this. I want to see what happens. I think I coded the other thing in already as far as making it go into the pyramid. So now I want to see if this is proper because it's been hard trying to get off four sundials. And why does it keep doing it? Because it's still coding. It's still messing it up a little bit. I want the sundials. Ooh, what did they do? Okay, now this looks a little different. Look at this maze that we have. I'll let you know. I don't know why the other one had a roof, but this one doesn't. But I kind of think I like it better without the roof, to be honest. Love going outside the map. This would be pretty cool, but I don't know how big of a map it would have to be able to run this speed, and then you just have a bunch of pyramids you're running through. You're trying to block off and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool. I definitely just went off the map. I went off the map, Jet. I went off the map. Right. So while we're waiting for this to load up, I'm gonna play some music. We go vibe out. If you have any questions or anything like that, like I said, I'm gonna be making an app most likely in the next stream. Since this game mode is getting pretty either I make another I'll either make an app or I make another type of video game. Because this one was a horror game, so there's only so much you can do at the moment and stuff as far as the spookiness and the type of map arrangement and stuff like that. Like I could make another one. I do have another horror game I've made on my own on the side. Character is just creepy looking. But I don't want to show that one just yet. That was a personal one I was making. But I could show that one too. I'll probably show that one in the next stream before working on the next project we're going to work on. But I'm working a video game so far with zero coding, having Claude do the work, and we simply speak out our prompts, what's in our head, and from there, oh, the difficulty is on hard right now. I just realized I picked the right one. And from there, we see what we can create. Let's get some ideas going for music. It's actually already playing, but it wasn't showing on here. It's alright, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Gotta get blurry. Should hear that, but it's not going off. Un momento. So now I know for the next thing to what I want to do as far as the next stream of how it could be better, which is my issue with the audio. Audio keeps messing up as far as music when I'm ready to play it. It is not playing for y'all. Sorry about that inconvenience. We'll move forward with the game. The coding has been done. Recipe. Creator mode. I didn't even hit the C fly, but okay. Okay, so one thing we need to change is this is actually pretty lit. The general look of it, like so this is a true maze. This is really a true maze. Let's go a little higher. I think I want to see more creatures in different sections or something. I think I want to make something where it's like one, the pyramids look very far away. They need to be closer. Or there's maybe like different sections, like from the side angle of it. Or like I said, maybe this can angle straight upwards, almost like a pyramid, or downwards. Because like, you know, like they say like pyramids are mazes and stuff as far as getting to the tomb and finding the treasure and stuff. Everything's booby trapped. I think this would be perfect for the inside of that to be able to do that and give it that general aspect. So I'm going to tell Claude to put this inside of the pyramid to make it do that. So let me speak that out and see what it gives me. I want you to now take this maze that we've created and place it underneath one of these giant pyramids. Or no, matter of fact, just place a giant pyramid on top of this map. And when the game first starts, the doorway that's closest to me right here is going to have me enter the giant pyramid and make my way downwards. So this pyramid and map that we have now is going to be almost like a stairway heading downwards, similar to how they have pyramids and how they speak on pyramids, with having the tombs and the treasure be hidden in about the bunch of paths made in pyramids to kill or deter grave robbers from entering because they would get lost and have no way out or be trapped somehow. In this game, there's a lot of monsters, but I also want there to be booby traps as well. I want the traps to have spikes that pop out of the wall, random rolling rocks that move up when you least expect it, when you step on a certain area. And you can make the hallways a little bit wider. Right now it's a little bit too small where there's not real much area to kind of weave left and right if there's an enemy. Pretty good with that. Do that. And from there, we're going to try to get music going for y'all. Why it's blurring out a little. Okay, there you go. Got better focus. Got music playing, but it doesn't want to play on the stream for me. Doing it before. In a second, let me work with it. Let me work with it a little bit. Okay. All right. Audio window. Still nothing. Wait, hold up. Did it work? Hey, we got it. There we go. Alright, so a little bit of tweaking. Gotta do that. Let it run its tools. Alright, over here. And I'm gonna jam to music as we wait. Let's go, baby. Let's jam to this music. This is all the music you hear in the stream will always, 95% of the time, be made by me. I made it with Suno, and that's another thing I basically vibe coded. That'll be another thing too if you guys are interested and want to make music or try to create it by putting in simple prompts and different type of vibes. We can make a music or a song together on stream. You just have to have enough people in there to kind of make it more vibey. Other than that, not many people are responding and stuff, then it's like I'm just really making the music and just kind of showing y'all. I want to be more interactive. Sorry if I'm late again. Nah, you're good, Ella. You're all good. I appreciate you for stopping by again. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. If you missed anything, basically so far right now what I'm doing is that I'm taking this pyramid, since I've heard as far as how pyramids are made, it's like the treasure's at the very bottom and they put in a bunch of pathways and stuff to kind of lure up grave robbers. Some things are booby traps, so you die in there. So I kind of want to make that the same. So right now I'm going to put a pyramid on top of this and then try to have AI make it like a stairwell going downwards and have different things kind of like lead me to different treasures, and hopefully they make a good job of the pyramid. The pyramid definitely can be can look a little better in my opinion. That just looks like a random triangle with some colors on it. But I also added a creator mode too, so now I don't gotta just keep running into the enemies over and over again. I can actually kind of show you guys around the map without just, you know what I'm saying, other than that, just showing you guys this. But okay, ooh, okay. It's looking good. Like I said, the pyramid. Whoa. Yo, I was not ready for that. See, there you go. It's working already. I like it. Something let go on the dark behind you and started rolling. The corridor was straight and it was faster than you. So you definitely ain't outrunning the boulder. We told it to put the pyramid on top of it, and while I was looking at it before, it looked pretty good. Look, it's slowly but surely building it. So the rolling rock looked pretty awesome. I'll be honest. That was a great ad. Now the next thing I probably want is something like the next thing I want is like a spike trap or something. So it's a button I press. Everything. This is what I was standing on before when it happened. I think something else I add in here too is making the ooh, I like this. It's pretty cool. Look at that. See how great that is already? It's working out amazing. Now see, so basically, since it's still working, it just keeps blocking or keeps switching me back to this, if you're wondering. It looks like a butt. Cat head. It's hard to float on my difficulty card. So yeah, basically it's coming out pretty good. Even though it keeps kind of glitching back and forth, I'm liking the way the pyramid is working. And now if it messes up, it only has it where the pyramid is above, but I'm just at the bottom. Ooh, what is that? Yes. Now see, now the game is coming alive. You see what I'm saying? We already got the bosses and stuff all walking around, right? Now you have the traps. Ooh, see, look at that. There's a werewolf. I couldn't even react to that. I just saw him in the corner of my eye. Now we got the traps. We got the spike trap. We got the rock wall. Or not rock wall. We got basically the rock, the Indiana Jones rock. We got that guy. So not only do you have to worry about the spike, you got to worry about him coming up out of nowhere. You know what's sticking out of his back. This. Yes, I love it. See, now the button could be a little smaller because that's just a gigantic button. And two, it's like, if that button is that big, how do you even go around that thing? Unless I make it where it's like you hit the button and now you know it's behind you. You just have to run for your dear life and try making it to the other side over here. See, lose train of thought. Man, creepy looking. See, I don't want to change this thing because it's so creepy looking. Like, it's like, yo, that thing's just standing there. Alright, so we got on the wall, we got some birds. We got eye. We got sex sign. Okay, still vibe coding. 7 minutes 51 seconds, 9.8 tokens. Let's see our usage. We're at 41% usage right now, so not too bad. It's still working what we're working with. I'm on hard, so that's why these things are coming up. I want the animation of this character to be a little bit better too, but I'll be later on. Right now, I want to add some more stuff like this into the game instead of like high details of everything else. So I want to kind of put everything I want generally in the game first, and then from there we'll start kind of updating the detail. Like even this, the spikes looks pretty good on this. Ain't gonna lie. Like it doesn't kill me. So every time you step on this, it's like, how the hell would you? Okay. It's like, how would you be able to escape that? But many presses and come down so fast, like there's no way to escape that. Ooh, look at the floating grapes. I love it. I love it. Floating grapes. So now it's saying that green door is open. We're gonna try to get to that. What's behind me and it's running. Oh, look at that. We got the chest is open and it's full of whatever the grapes are meant to. Whoever built this. They meant enough to bury it 4 levels down. So I said 4 levels down, so to me that sounds like it's cool. Okay, so the coding is done. Now we're gonna go to creator mode. Now we should have a roof. So like I said, did what I kind of thought it was gonna do, which was just kind of build the giant pyramid up. But that's not fully what I wanted. I want there, like I said, be layers. So see, now I gotta figure it out. I want to start at the bottom and work my way down, not necessarily up, because the pyramids, like I said, they work their way down. But it's not that we're gonna spawn all the way up here and work our way down. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what it looks like backwards. Does it not have a side? Or is it just see-through right now for me on creator? Alright, so we will say I probably will skip the texture on the pyramid because I might eat up more tokens than I wanted to. So we will say, I'll just say it won't. Okay. I was like, what the fuck? It looks like my head just detached and I'm just like roaming around and my body's trying to follow. But anyways, alright, so what could be better? First off, what's this over here? These random pillars that are broken with nothing can be out, so I'll say that. So get up higher and see a good point of view. So trying to figure out how I want to word this. So the map looks good. The pyramid is above it the way I wanted it. But now I would like you to make levels to this. So you could make an additional 6 more levels similar to the level you have right now, currently working its way up. And from there, how the person is going to enter the pyramid is through the top of the pyramid. The pyramid will have blocks that stick out far enough for you to climb, jump over, and scale your way up to the top of the pyramid where there's an opening. And to get down, there's a rope tied or underneath a giant cube of some sort that allows you to ascend down from the rope. Make sure there's a rope animation and ascending down animation as far as going down into the pyramid. Make sure there's a stairwell as well to make sure you can get to the bottom level. The overall final treasure is at the very bottom of the map, and when you do get to the treasure, don't end the game directly immediately like you just did. I want you to actually look closely at it, kind of explore it, and have an option to end the game if you want to by clicking a button when it gives you the prompt. But other than that, if you don't want to, you can roam around more. That is going to give me more of a nice perspective of this. So hopefully it makes some nice levels and floors and stuff. It may honestly do a copy and paste and just paste this thing, 4 things up, and then have me fly all the way up here. But yeah, I think that makes it a little better, because I think the other way, then it's like I kind of need something on the outside instead of just being kind of sand, and that's it. So this way, boom. After they can create that, and I can have enough tokens to then work on how the pyramid looks and how you can scale up it to actually come in here, have the rope here, and then ascend down to a level probably about like right here, and then work on what you got to do to get down to the next floor, which is right here. Work on what you got to do, and then get down to the next floor, and then so on and so on. Like I said, it's making it a maze. So in my opinion, this game goes viral and it's pretty good if I do release it. That way it'll be harder, it'll almost be a speed run, and you also have unpredictability as far as when it comes to the outcome, because in this game I created it where the same outcome doesn't happen every time you go down that same path. So sometimes when you're seeing different jump scares in the game, I made it randomized, so you basically never know when it's coming. It just appears, you know what I mean, which makes it even more perfect and the perfect jump scare. So now if I can make the face even more scary like I did, made it more demonic, when another player's playing the game and there's 3 different faces, you're never going to see it coming. You're not going to know who or what type of face is going to be, and that just gives the game more more of its own personal, unique type of style. You know, not all games, or really any game I've seen, really tries to do something like that. So I'm trying to make something in a video game that's more unique and actually is very more unpredictable versus a game that's just super predictable, and then you are basically just playing to just play it. Especially after you know, some people do speed runs because, like I said, after the Easter egg or something is out, guess what? Now everyone knows how to do it, they know the steps, and they go right to it. But with this, when you figure out the steps of where you have to go and do this, this, and that, the randomizations of the monsters, the characters, the booby traps that come up out of nowhere, all play a part in your end result when it comes to actually beating the game and getting to the final part. I also have to figure out the next thing is when it comes to how many lives you're gonna have. Like, am I gonna make this thing 3 lives? And also, well, that's another thing. See, I can add too. Thinking about it now, I want to add some type of like health bar or something, or maybe hearts or something like that, to know how many lives I actually have left. Maybe I can make them grapes or something. How many grapes you have left? Once they're at 0, you die. So that's something else I can add into it and see what it gives me, because it gives me the option to try something out. If I don't like it, I swap it and I reword it a different way, because I saw the way I spoke about it and how it was created wasn't the way I wanted it to. So you simply get either different vocabulary words or try to specify more of what you're talking about, and then go from there. So that's coding. That's at 5.9 tokens. Let's look at our usage. We are at 45%, which is not bad at all. See if it kind of creeps up a little bit as we're doing it. I think the next thing I want to is some more stuff on the walls. Maybe like more ancient looking people and stuff like that. And this stuff, well, matter of fact, I'll do that for different floors, now that I think about it. So because all this stuff looks pretty interesting and neat, has the spiders on it, some eyeballs, some birds, some, I just call that a hook with a dot on it. Then the next floor can have maybe more like Egyptian looking people and stuff as well on there, to kind of really give it a different vibe. So each floor will have its own type of style and vibe. So maybe let's say the very first floor, when you first enter from the top of the tomb, will have it will have like majority snakes on that level. Then the second level will have snakes and that monster that the monster that the AI created as it was going back and forth. And then the third level could have maybe the rolling boulder, the monster, and the snake. You see what I'm saying? And then different things will have its own type of level and aura to it to let you know, okay, now it's going to get a lot harder. Now the 4th level or 5th level will have the boulder, the werewolf, the monster, and now the spike trap. You see what I'm saying? So now you'll start adding 2 extra things as you keep going deeper and deeper, getting closer to the treasure. And from there, like I said, you win the game after you get to the very bottom and can get to the treasure, but then choose what you can do with that treasure. I'm trying to figure out, is just you get the treasure, you win the game, or you can do a little bit more with it, run around, and then end it when you want to. So I did say I want to scale the, okay, ooh, let's see what this looks like. I did say I wanted to scale the pyramid. This did. This is like a black pyramid. Can't even see. I don't think I have a jump feature in here either. Okay. So now this looks like it's made of wood, so this can't really be the proper one. Pause that for now. Well, these dudes are just down here walking like, hell, what are you doing down here, man? Are you good? Can't move anymore. Somebody else is down here. Yeah, I'm looking right at him. Like, whoa, y'all saw that? He started turning into a monster. That was pretty cool. Running page script. I said, okay, the climb works, but the player's feet lag behind the terrain on someone running. They plateaued at 30. It was him on a long run. Creature. I don't really like the animation of upwards. I'm not pressing anything to jump. I'm just moving forward and then it's kind of going up. That was a jump scare. As far as these pyramids, I don't know what that is over there. Looks like the thing made the stars like burn. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but like not needed. I think so far right now it's trying to work on the pyramid general look of it, because like I said, that's a lot of, if you think about it, that's a lot of blocks that it has to create in order to do that. And really give it that nice, unique, finished look. You know, it's like almost similar to Minecraft, and you know what I'm saying, like putting everything unison and slightly off. The vault look, oh, okay. The doubloon, what, the doubloon's freaking poisonous? Like, what did I just die from? Spacebar. Later on, I can add different pyramids and stuff with other stuff in there, but right now we're obviously just trying to focus on this right now, not go too crazy, so we can actually, you know, do something with it. If you have any ideas in chat, don't be afraid to let me know something. Like I said, I want to add some stuff as well that you guys wanted, showing y'all how to do certain things. But okay, I just fell through the map. But yeah. I fell through the map. I don't know. Game is still compact in conversion. So it says full climb rope descent works. Now verify all 11 levels. Oh, so there's 11 levels. Okay, that's interesting. That's why it's definitely going to take a little bit of time if it's 11 levels. Full climb rope descent level Let me turn on the music real quick. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, so I will be right back. And from there, we will start it up. Alright, I will be right back. Less than 3 minutes, or 2 minutes. Un momento! Okay, let's try to figure out what to press. Okay. Get some soda. Needed that. All right, we back. Minutes out. We got you, Sunseal, Spider, Rattlesnake, Mummy, Werewolf, Hollow Fencer, Roofless Chamber, and Gate. We're gonna vibe out and play this game at the same time. Just enjoy it. I think I've already played this song. Ooh. I see y'all like, so I've been working on, also another thing I've been working on is I have a Grape Guild. So, if you guys want to join the Grape Guild and where I kind of going to show off some other things I'm going to kind of be doing, posts, and updates where you're going to kind of get the information right then and there. Any more like personal questions you want to ask me, you can throw that in the chat. The chat is not really very active right now as far as in the group chat for Discord, but you guys and me alone are going to make it something more than what it already is in due time. It's going to take a little time, but guess what? Slow and steady wins the race, and I'm trying to build a community of people who are, 1, creators, 2, people who want to vibe code, 3, people who have dreams and want to see them really come to life, and 4, being an overall great person, 5, being able to want to help other people and show them the way and help them make their dreams come true, because AI is starting to help me make my dreams come true as far as certain things I can do, certain things I can make look more professional, maybe without my touch and maybe expertise on something that it can kind of add to me, since I'm a very creative person. Claude run levels array. Since I'm a very creative person, you know, I have different things in my head that like sound crazy to other people, but you throw in an AI, it don't say, hey, you're crazy. No, it says, okay, let me see what I can do to make this and mash this up into something that's usable. You know what I mean? That's sometimes what you need, because depending on who you're around, your friend group and your support group, you know, they may say some things that deter you from wanting to continue doing it, you know, versus maybe if you kept it to yourself, you would have kept going. But now if you keep it to yourself and tell AI about it, it's not necessarily going to judge you like a human's going to judge you, and kind of just give you ideas around it on how this thing could work, or if it really is not looking like something that's feasible to make up, what is the word? To make income off of. So like I said, there's certain things I've used AI to help make me income, as far as even simply making hashtags or certain things to reach main people, to be able to teach AI like the way I'm doing it now and reaching the audience like I want to, versus just being in a live stream and just talking to myself. Either way, you're going to talk to yourself, but at least I know I'm bringing some type of value, because this is important and it's not going anywhere. This is something where people will be able to look on years from now and it still be generally relevant as far as how to use something, how to do it. Oh, I didn't know I could do it and use it this way. Certain stuff like that, that I'm basically enlightening people on the skill they have in their pocket. There's always been a quote I made before AI even came out, and it is, people have the answers in their pocket and they still choose not to look. Think about that. You have the answer in your pocket and you still choose not to look. Sometimes I've realized that people really sometimes don't follow through when they get the answer too easily. So I do understand where some people are saying, oh, AI is going to make people not use their brains. It's going to make everybody dumb. But I use it in a way where I'm using my brain and creativity and just letting AI kind of help expand the knowledge and make it even greater than it already is. and then adding simple tweaks to it to make it even more. Some people will be like, oh, you use AI, you didn't create that. But realistically, look at this game we just made. AI may have created it, but it didn't just make it out of thin air. I had to prompt it. I had to manually think about what I wanted in there, and my imagination just flowed and it started creating. Versus me having to focus on maybe making some type of material for the pyramid brick and working 3 days on that. You see what I'm saying? How like the mind process could go away, and next thing you know, you don't even have that same idea in your head. Versus being able to vibe code like I just did now, and wait a little bit of time and let AI do all that coding and stuff for you, and boom, it pushes it out into a game. You look at it, you see, okay, what do you do like, what you don't like, and then you can just put it right in there and let it do that as long as you have enough tokens or the proper plan to have you keep going. Different models and stuff I will get into later on as far as what's better to use and stuff, because Opus 5 and Sonnet 5, Haiku 4.5, and Fable all have different use cases. So supposedly they said Opus 5 was pretty good as far as when it comes to making video games and stuff. So I've been really trying to work hard with it with that. But there's also different usages. You can do extra, you can do max, and you can do ultra code. I have tested out ultra code before, and it wasn't during a stream, but I tested it, and it kind of is a little faster. I wouldn't even really say it's all that much faster. Putting it up to there, in my opinion, it just kind of burns through tokens a little faster. It may or may not make as many mistakes to maybe have to go back, or it'll be sometimes when you're reading the code that Claude is saying, it'll say something along the lines of, oh, this texture is making this one look too dark. Let me change that. That was an error, and then it does that. So maybe less of those will spawn up, and it will just kind of go through, and then just simply ask you to allow it to do certain things, and then it kind of continues. But overall, it didn't seem like it was all that much faster. Maybe just a little less mistakes. In my opinion, the one I used the most before they put it behind a paywall was Fable 5. That one was like, it didn't really mess up that much. It would really like not even really need to ask me, or like when you see sometimes when it's coding on the bottom it says allow or deny, it wasn't giving me half the time any of those. Like I had to press allow a lot more times on Opus than I did with Fable. So I don't know if Fable was just so smart that it was just like the door's right here, but there's a little crack in the wall right here, and it went through there and just kept doing that, or I don't know. Like I said, I've just noticed with Opus 5 that I have to allow it a lot more, which is nothing's wrong with that. You can set it on autopilot, don't get me wrong, but because it's someone's program and it's AI and it's in your computer, I personally wouldn't necessarily trust it to allow it just to do anything, just in case it goes on some crazy website and kind of prompts it to try to do something else, So there are still risks and stuff you want to be aware of, and not just allow it on your computer, boom, 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 just do all the things that it wants. You kind of want to still read and see what it's kind of doing, and kind of not have the fullest understanding, but somewhat understanding. Okay, that makes sense that it wants to do this, to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. Ooh, what is this? They have me in front of a door. I think in the next thing too, I will tell it to, what the hell? Is this the bottom floor? Right now, it hasn't made the levels just yet. Right now it says, am I paused on the music? Alright, okay. It says, edited 2 files, ran a command, wrote file 2. The stairwells raked, so yeah, raked walls are standing in the room instead of enclosing the shaft. The exit door sits in open corridor, not in a wall, so the flight has The flight has to be a trench cut into the floor with nothing about that. That just tells me that it's still having some errors and stuff and it's going through. So like I said, it'll take a little bit of time. It won't necessarily pop up like I said the first time. I'm glad I added the grape cluster right here because that looks pretty cool, honestly. I said all golden things are taken. Now I want to know where that stairwell is at. Ooh. No, I want to look at what my map looks like. See, I added this in the game in a previous stream. So this is the doorway. Ooh, okay. The gallery of vines. And it tells you level 2. That's pretty cool. I didn't even tell it to do that. Can you go back up the stairs is the question. You cannot. I'm just in creator mode, so I just probably went through a wall. Yeah, I went through a wall. I want to make sure all these things are connected. Let's see if I get this again. It's one grape. Put my map back. I like that ability in the game. You can pop the map out, and then after that, you put it away. You can still see it on the mini map on the side too. And like I said, you're not as confused. And then in another stream too, I'm going to add the ability to use my controller. Check salary right field. Use my controller, my Xbox controller, because I'm not a PC player. So that's why sometimes I'm like moving around like this right now because I'm using the WAS for my movement, and I'm not a keyboard and mouse player. So when I play video games, I use controller. If you're a controller player and you play video games, spam controller emote or something. Just gotta get a gist for what I'm talking about. All right. So it's talking about 11 levels. I talked about maybe 5 or 6 of them. So it kind of did a little bit of overkill. So we'll take a little bit of time for that. See the usage. We're at 71% right now for usage. And we've put in about maybe 4 prompts so far. But these are bigger prompts, so don't, okay. I like the walking down the stairs. That was pretty good. What just happened? Okay. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. Right now, this looks like this is the bottom of the pyramid. Now I know you kind of see the vision I'm looking at right here. Where if you look at like my dot right here, where so like this right here is the bottom level, right? And then the next level will have maybe one less square, and that'll be the second level. Boom, the third level, the fourth level, the fifth level, the sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th level. So as it goes up, it gets thinner and smaller walls. So this looks very interesting. I'm liking the way it's looking. And that way we can start out on the outside of the pyramid because we're going to be trenching into the pyramid to find the treasure. You see what I'm saying? In my opinion, when I first said it, as far as doing it from the top, I feel like that doesn't really feel as realistic. Even though there's still more work to be done on it. I just want to make sure in the beginning part kind of makes sense, you know? We got the moon, we got the stars. I want to be able to take the floating off and just drop straight down. So that's something I'll add in as well later on. Let's go to hard mode. So right now I press hard mode. It spawns me on the outside. I think because update, like I said, because it's still coding, it's still gonna have me pop up in different spots. Ooh, I like that. Now that looks pretty professional. It's showing me, like I said, I didn't see that. You see what I'm saying? How it's kind of the game is adapting to itself. I never said in the stairwell, oh, you need to add lamp or torch lights as you go down. It's doing that, understanding that, and seeing, okay, it needs this to be able to do this. Okay, spawned outside. See, I wouldn't want to have to do that every time, you know what I'm saying? Climb all the way up the pyramid. That takes a long time, and then ascend down, and then start working your way down. But it's a video game too, so we could also make it something. Okay. Mr. Werewolf. Like, there's a werewolf inside a pyramid. When have you ever heard a werewolf inside of a pyramid? You know what I mean? That's how creative we're getting. But as we're waiting on this, and I'm kind of exploring more and seeing what I want to add to it, I'm going to turn the music back on. We go vibe out. We go listen to it. And wait until this token has built the levels that we want. Hopefully we got enough tokens to make it through. We're at 75% tokens. If we do hit 100 tokens, I think I will touch my Fable 5 tokens and then just throw that in here and just see if it's a little faster and what exactly it does. Because Fable 5 could add a little bit more of a touch to this and make it a little bit faster. But Fable 5 is behind a paywall, so, but Claude gave us, if you were early, they gave you a free $100 credit toward using Fable 5. But, of course, they want you to use it and not just wait mad long and hold on to it. So there's a limit as when it expires. So it expires on, I think, the 19th? 19th of September? Yeah, current balance 56. Yeah, use September 19th, 2026. And if you don't use them, you lose them. You use it or you lose it. Like I said, it's good to use this stuff now before it gets too expensive. And like I said, man, it's more of a costly use for something that is so powerful. You know, something I've just looked at this thing too. Now, since I don't have weapons to be able to fight these characters right here, if I have it where in the game I tell it if I set off a trap when a monster is coming towards me, allow it to damage it or hurt it or kill it, then that'd be one less creature you have to worry about. So that way you can make the game a little bit easier as you're doing what you're doing. So see what I'm saying? How like as you're going through, playing the game, kind of dying a little bit and seeing certain things, how can I make this game better? You know what I mean? What can I do to make this now even more unique? You see what I'm saying? The Claude code, you can do that. You speak your brain, you talk to Claude, you can make it have different agents. We're gonna get into all of that. I don't want to put too much all in one video. I want to kind of branch it off a little bit. So here right now, we're on the horror game right now we're creating. Then later on, we'll do the apps. And then later on, we'll do maybe OBS overlays. And next, you know, we'll do something as far as maybe how to make your videos more viral, have proper captions and titles, give it the general rundown of what you want in your video, in your title, your description, that's going to make your videos maybe go more viral, and just experiment from there. And like I said, put your thoughts in and put them in the Claude, have that chat, have it create it, look back, read it, see the feedback it gives you, and go from there. Don't necessarily use this as something as a go-to all answers and you can't think of nothing like, oh, what's 2 plus 2? I gotta go ask Claude this, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't use it like that. Use it like, okay, I know what 2 plus 2 equals 4 is, but what other formula could I use to get to 2 plus, or to get to 4? You see what I'm saying? So then it could give you 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. You see what I'm saying? Like, certain things like that. That's how you have to think about using it. Not necessarily just not simply just something where it's like, I'm not going to use any brain power. I'm going to type in something or say something out loud and that's it. There's got to be some type of brain power. If you are good at explaining something, you have a superpower. If you can explain something very well to somebody and they understand it, a lot of the times, if you do that and use that same skill and put that in the Claude and explain your dreams, you'd be surprised, man. This thing's basically ready to build you a plan to be able to know how to do this and that to make it work out so you can actually make it a reality. Like I said, that's really what I'm trying to show right now, that Claude can make your dream a reality. When I was a kid, I, one, always wanted to be a YouTuber. Two, I wanted to make video games. When I was younger, I knew in my head, it was like, I want to make games, but like the type of schooling and things you'd have to do, it just didn't interest me. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I'm sure I didn't even know what coding even was and programming and stuff like that. But now that I'm older and I can see we have a tool here that really can, like I said, make you time travel, give you your time back. You know what I'm saying? Slows down time. You know what I'm saying? Like all the progress and stuff that you're seeing that's going on with AI now, this is only the beginning. When I remember before AI first came out, the Will Smith videos with him eating spaghetti and stuff like that. Now look at it. Look at Sea Dance and, like I said, stuff that's on CapCut and on Gemini and on a whole bunch of other stuff that is just allowing you to do so much, where it's like, before it was hard to kind of access it, find it, you gotta make an account, you gotta do a subscription, but now a lot of things are free and they're more available, readily available, because there's so many more companies that are allowing you to either explore, try it out, and try it out with them before, you know, paying. You have the ability to just do so much more. For the most part, Gemini is free. You go on Gemini, you can create a photo of yourself and in almost any style. I've literally took a photo of myself and I've asked it, okay, make this image into a style of, say like a famous show I'm watching or something like that, or an anime I'm watching, or an old cartoon. Make me in the drawing style of Invader Zim. Make me in the drawing style. Make this image I gave you of me in the drawing style of Timmy Turner, of Baki Hanma, of Soul Eaters. You know what I mean? Certain shows and games or things you grew up with, you can now almost turn yourself into that and have fun. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time before everyone is just on augmented reality and is just seeing all types of things. You know, I think that's like one of my next niches I want to get into is being able to create like digital, what is the word? Not digital products, but digital digital cosmetics, like similar stuff like Fortnite and stuff, like adding cosmetics into the game, different skins, things that make it look cool or float. Can you imagine everyone all has augmented reality glasses? They're walking around, and you could have your head just on fire as you're walking, not literally, but because you have augmented reality, that's just something that's that's a that's an add-on you bought, and now you can walk around, always have that on your head. Or you could have, you know, a fake dog or bird following you around. You know what I'm saying? That's flying by your head or on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? You might have a cool exotic bird, all types, just chilling on your shoulder as you're walking by. Not realist, not real, but it's an augmented reality. But it makes it look super realistic. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things like that that can give cool effects. Like I said, the future is now, and like I said, you're seeing all these cancers and stuff starting to be all cancer drugs being out now, which sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? When have you ever heard a company being like, "Oh, we've cured this, so now we're putting this out"? So it's like it's wild. The future's now. Future's now. If you're not taking advantage of AI, especially before it gets into biotech, which it probably already is now, starting to get into it, where they're gonna kind of do, I think, similar to what this new cancer drug is doing. I believe Moderna and one other company, where it's like the 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 vaccine is almost like programmed to work with your immune system to identify cancer cells and different things in your body to be able to fight it off and attack it. Which sounds very crazy, but like with the right science and technology, you know what I'm saying, it's possible. I can already see with AI doing it, like the magic, like I said, the amount of time it's already saving right now, just me creating this video game, right? Take that into perspective versus now, if you can use AI where it's smart enough to know all the chemicals and have all that knowledge from all these books and stuff in its head, now I could do research on different chemicals and reactions and stuff like that. If it can get it right at 83% to 90% accuracy without side effects, it can start creating a whole bunch of stuff for you. I mean, they already showed something online where they said, I'm not sure what company it was, but they created a virus with AI. You know what I mean? That's like completely like artificial. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. You know what I'm saying? That targets certain things. Why did my thing freeze? Okay, we good? We good? Okay. Notice my thing froze for a second, but enough of that rambling. Just a little perspective to think about. But okay. So it shows that it made 7 levels. But I don't see it. Okay, it says 2B. Okay, 2 bug fixes alone. The Wanderer, the man who turns into a werewolf, was gated on level index 0, written back. Okay. The exit door stands in open corridor. Not set into a wall. It's the first version of the rank. Okay. You know, I think I forgot that I added a first person to this too. We're gonna go to creator mode. Enter the tune. Yeah, these random blocks and stuff, I'm not really a fan of. They're just very random. So I definitely want to make the opening downstairs. But see, also too, it's like if you climb up to the top, when you try to get out, do you have to go through all the way up top again, or how that works? I don't know what it did because I don't see the levels now. Guess I can go through this floor. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but we're gonna have to try to fix this. Trials and error, man. Like I said, AI is good, but it ain't perfect. Okay. See how much usage we have left. We're at 80%. Okay. This one, we're gonna use Fable 5. Just to see. You're already at 56 each cursor. Usage credits are on. Alright, so a couple fixes right now. I added 5 to 6 levels into this maze to get to the treasure, but right now, looking at it, I'm not seeing any levels anymore. And I originally made it where you entered from the top of the pyramid, but I want to change my mind. I want you to make it where you enter from the bottom of the pyramid and work your way up to the top floor. So you can close off the top of the pyramid. You can leave the rope there and leave a little space to show that there's daylight and a slight opening. So when you do get the treasure, you have a faster way out instead of going all the way down to the bottom. But overall, make the doorway to the bottom of the pyramid all the way to the far right side of the pyramid. And make the floor on the outside of the pyramid very sandy, and the sound of sandy footsteps as you're walking through the sand to get to the doorway and enter the maze to find the different treasures and get to each level. Make sure the stairwell is lit nicely with torches, as well as I would like the ability to find oil on the ground or oil canister around that will allow me to make my flame ignite even brighter on my stick that I have that's wrapped in bandages. I want to make a pouring effect that pours it right onto the bandage and the flame gets significantly bigger. That right now we're using Fable 5. We're using Fable 5 on high. I've always used it on high. I haven't used it on anything else. So we will see how the tokens go with that. And while that's doing that, we go vibe out to some music and see how fast Fable 5 is versus Opus 5. Right now, I am going to show a couple of songs that I created using Suno, and I'm working on the Grape Guild song. So, if there's any songs that you specifically like, put 4 in the chat so I can generally know when I'm looking back at the video to see, okay, you guys really like this, or what I want to make the final song to kind of do it. There's gonna be multiple Great Guild songs. Don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to find the best one to really like kind of promote it. You see what I'm saying? Without further ado, we go play the first one.
The great guild in the room, purple shine on the floor, boots move, hands up high. We came for more. Skin got that summer heat. Smile, smile like a locked up secret. One step, two step now. You can feel it creeping. Close your eyes, let it pull you in. One more turn, and the night appears. Close your eyes and feel the beat. The great guild under your feet. Close your eyes and feel the beat. The great guild won't let you leave. sweet and brave. Hands up, hold tight, let it roll, let it swing. The grape guild, yeah.
Not bad. Sometimes I gotta keep looking back and forth. Sometimes the music's not going on, but it's going on right now. Like I said, this is one of the Grape Guild songs I've created, so let me know what you think of it. And I'm probably gonna produce this song and post it on the actual page so everyone people can just kind of rewatch it and play it as much as they like and listen to the vibe. But overall, I think this is one of the best songs of the Grape Guild song. So hope you like it. Enjoy.
Way down by the graveyard, we move like a rumor. Purple on the finger, sweet talk, heavy humor. Old hands, new money, shine in the shade. Every little cluster earns what they made. Now the floor starts swaying, feet don't need no guide. Hear the whole room answer when the name gets cried. The Grape Guild, we come in the way. The Grape Guild, cold, sweet and brave. Hands up, hold tight, let it roll, let it swing. The Grape Guild, yeah, that's our thing. Tin cups on the counters, black boots on stone. Talking quick circles, but the fruit still grown. Mouths full of laughter, eyes on the prize. If you want a little mercy, better meet their eyes. Now the night gets louder, house lights fade away. Every step gets bolder as the speakers sway. The Grape Guild, we come in the wave. The Grape Guild, cold, sweet and brave. Hands up, hold tight, let it roll, let it swing. The Grape Guild, yeah, that's our thing. One by one we rise up, side by side we stay. Taste that little kingdom, man, it won't fade away. Grape Guild, we come in the way. The Grape Guild, cold, sweet and brave. Hands up, hold tight, let it roll, let it swing. The Grape Guild, yeah, that's our thing.
Now, if you like that song and you leave a comment, type some fours in the chat, because I think that is a fire Grape Guild song. I'll probably put that out on my YouTube page at some point and just try to figure out what type of music video I want. Or it's gonna be something very simple. It'll probably be something very simple, maybe a little animation here and there, or just a simple still photo so you guys can just hear it, vibe out to it, and play it as much as you want. But yeah, I'm proud of that song. I'll be 100%. I'm proud of that song, and I swear I made it with AI. And now I have something. What is this? Now I have something where when I'm ready to play music and vibe out and jam, I don't gotta worry about no copyright. I don't gotta be like, all right, now this video is not gonna be monetized because I gotta share the revenue with all these people who I play it on my playlist. You know what I'm saying? So that just, you know what I'm saying, defeats the purpose of the long form videos. to one, be able to teach, but two, also to be able to get paid while doing it. See what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I might as well make it a win-win instead of, you know what I'm saying, oh, but I really wanted to listen to this song and Drake, and now I gotta mute it later on. You know what I'm saying? So on Twitch, I don't have to worry about that as much because the VODs will, the VODs, when you're recording on OBS, you can change it where when you're done recording, the music doesn't stay on there. And now I gotta fix that because there's like literally no way around that unless you just turn around. So the game's coming along. Like I said, Fable 5 seems like it's doing something. For some reason, I'm now back inside the pyramid itself. Something is rolling behind me, so that must be on the boulder. So now that I see that the boulder is like that, I think I want to add... Oh, he's there. I think I want to add the boulder breaking through a wall or something. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool instead of it just going right through the wall and then it just disappears. So I think that's another thing we can add into the game later on. Like I said, that's just some more detailed stuff. I want to see what else we can add into the game, and as far as like what we can add as far as like now that we've added this trap in here, it's like, how do you get around that? Because the minute you press that thing, it shoots out so freaking fast. There's no way to not die from it. Okay, so it looks like this is floor 3. So that means the Fable 5 is working pretty good. Seems like it's working pretty fast. We do have a werewolf near us. We're about to hightail it out of here. We out. Back you. Yeah, we survived the wolf. Seems like it's okay. So this is floor 4. So it seems like what I'm looking at is each time I'm going up the stairs, like I said, floor 4 of 9. So right now it's building the stairs and the patterns and stuff like that. It'll probably, in my opinion, be the same general patterns on each floor, but I will fix that later on. Okay, I am literally trapped. That's what I'm saying, where the bigger walls, when I spoke about it, or not bigger walls, the bigger hallways would work out better for me to be able, if there's a monster coming, there's some way around it, you know? So, that is another example. But this right here, I was speaking earlier as far as if we can make this somehow where we can either make the enemy booby trap it or us at the last second, so that wolf is coming. I want to see that freaking thing skewered and pushed into the wall and either hurt, damaged, or where it can't attack me anymore, where I don't have to worry about it as much. I think that'd be a great feature to add into it, because right now it's like there's no... Okay, I guess that's the only I guess that's the only way to make it through there. Okay, run these props. Let's see if that was a fluke. It was not a fluke. So now we know how to do that in the game. Maybe I'll leave that in the game where it's like, yo, how are we supposed to get past this? But realistically, if you're smart and you look at it and stuff like that, you can beat the physics and just be like, you know what I'm saying? Technically, that didn't touch me. I'm just pressing the button. And you go running. So now I'm going to try to bring this, you're on level what? Level 5, the serpent stairs. Steps are worn into hollow, something. The It seemed like Fable 5 is working its way up the floors. So right now it's doing pretty good. We're at 18.3k tokens right now. We're using our usage credits right now because, like I said, Fable 5 is behind a paywall. So we're using usage credits and not our actual usage. Our actual usage is at, I believe, 80%. So basically, if I use all my usage credits right now, I will still technically have an additional 20% left to use, but I will have to switch models back to Opus 5 because Opus 5 is under Pro version and all the rest of the models under Pro version. Fable 5 is the only one that they want. I believe it's on Max and one other plan, and you don't need usage credits for those. But Max is like $100 a month, and I'm not paying $100 a month for it just yet. Why can't I turn? What the heck is going on? Got a glitch. I ain't touching it. Sorry, I was making somebody dizzy. Set me spinning. Set me spinning. That thing is dancing on my body. I think as far as the animation I'm gonna have for that wolf, since it kind of just keeps doing that random spin, I want to make it where after it kills me or attacks me or something, it goes over my body and just does this like crazy howl at the moon, and then just runs off instead of just you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it doing? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it's making me spin like this. I'm near the jewels. Fable 5 runs on usage, so you hit your limit, adjust spend limit, usage credit available. Save. So the usage credits, I think we only have $20 in usage credits left. As you see, we're at 80% for our current session, so that hasn't been touched. You have $21.22 left in promotional credits. It expires on the 19th, so I figured I'm just going to use up those. So now we'll press resume. It was almost done. It was coming pretty close. Sound effects is interesting. I think that's supposed to be sand. Right now, the only thing that's not in here is, or non-existent, is the doorway downstairs. Right now, it's trying to make me go directly up the stairs, which is not what I want. Mind director mode. The doorway. What the heck? The chest is open and it's full. Whatever the grapes in that. Okay, I don't know what just happened. About this. Right now it's just a waiting game in my honest opinion as far as Opus or Fable 5 finishing the rest of the stuff up. So while we're waiting for that and is doing the tokens, I'm gonna put the music back on. We're gonna vibe out and we're gonna wait because that's how coding is, or vibe coding is, you know. Doesn't happen in a few seconds, but with a little bit of patience and the right words, guess what? It's a vibe. So one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna press P to pause. We're gonna mute this, and then we're gonna play this. There's another Grape Guild song, so enjoy it. I made a couple of them.
Way down by graveyard, we move like a rumor. Purple on the finger, sweet talk, heavy humor. Old hands, new money, shine in the shade. Every little cluster earns what they made. Now the floor starts swaying, feet don't need no guide. Hear the whole room answer when the name gets cried. The Great Guild, we come in the way. The Great Guild, cold, sweet and brave. Hands up, hold tight, let it roll, let it swing. The Great Guild, yeah, that's our thing. Tin cups on the counters, black boots on stone. Talking quick circles, but the fruit still grown. Mouths full of laughter, eyes on the prize. If you want a little mercy, better meet their eyes. Now the night gets louder, house lights fade away. Every step gets bolder as the speakers sway. The Great Guild, we come in the wave. The Great Guild, cold, sweet and brave. Hands up, hold tight, let it roll, let it swing. The Great Guild, yeah, that's our thing. One by one we rise up, side by side we stay. Taste that little kingdom, man, it won't fade away. The Great Guild, we come in the way. The Great Guild, cold, sweet and brave. Hands up, hold tight, let it roll, let it swing. The Great Guild, yeah, that's our thing. Oh, no. Yeah. Way down by the graveyard, we move like a rumor. Purple on the finger, sweet talk, heavy humor. Old hands, new money, shine in the shade. Every little cluster earns what they made. Now the floor starts swaying, feet don't need no guide. Hear the whole You swear it's the last time, then you come back around. Same old hurt in your hand, same old taste in your mouth. Mama warned me twice about that sweet talk chain. One kiss, one lie, and we're dancing in the rain. Round and round we go, back to the same fire. Your love got teeth and it bites even higher. I can feel that pull at
Yes, it is Suno. What I did is that I looked up the information before I started it, and if you get Suno Pro, when you make music with Suno Pro, you have the rights to the music, and it's like almost like you have the license to it to be able to copyright and do other things with it. But if you don't have Suno Pro, you make the music, and then you get the Pro, then you don't technically own it. But what was cool was that if you get the Pro version, create your music, but then you cancel your pro later on, you still own the rights to the music, supposedly. But they're always changing the rules and stuff like that, so who knows fully with that. But Anna, welcome in. Thomas, welcome in. Right now I'm vibe coding, which is actually partially done. Right now I'm vibe coding a horror game. So we're gonna go to creator mode. So basically I'm showing people right now how to vibe code and simply just basically telling you how to speak your mind to your computer by simply prompting it the way you want it to, and then it creates what you're speaking on. And then from there you can go and tweak certain things you do and don't like. And this right here is an example of, I'm trying to build like a horror game inside of a pyramid, but I've heard pyramids as far as like how they're set up, it's like they go underground and then there's like, it's like a maze and there's different type of entries and doorways to get to certain things. So I'm trying to make this game similar to that. So there's already bosses and creatures and stuff down there, snakes. And now today I added boulders, I added spike traps. And maybe I want to add maybe a few other things, maybe like a spike pit or something like that. But I also saw that the game had made like the button very big. So instead of just walking to that button and dying every time, I want to see, since these monsters are able to kill and hurt me, if I can hurt them by making them run into the traps. So now they run into the traps and they're damaged. It kind of gives the game a different type of style and effect where if you destroy most of these monsters in the traps on whatever level you're on, it makes it easier for you to get to the next level. So right now the game's obviously not going to be necessarily pushed out immediately, but it's just proof of concept of what I can do with AI without having to necessarily learn code or anything. So right now I'm just trying to tell you the prompts, how to speak. Basically, if you can speak to your friend on an idea that you have and want to create, you can do that same thing to Claude and it can actually help build it for you, versus you telling that to a human. You're just like how they say sometimes you should keep your biggest ideas away from small-minded people. Claude's not a small-minded thing. It has a gigantic brain that can tell you all types of ways of how you could possibly implement it and or bring it to life on some things you didn't think about you could do, but you can do today. So even sometimes when I'm prompting my Claude, it'll tell me something along the lines of what you can do today is you can get this started, but these other things will take a few days to process and stuff. So I'm like, okay, instead of being overwhelmed with all the information, it's telling me some things I can actually start on today and get that moving, versus just, like I said, it gives you all this information and then you're just like, okay, I have all this information, but I'm overwhelmed. You see what I'm saying? So even if it does say spit it out to you in a different way and it does have you overwhelmed, you can then prompt it and be like, could you tell me some things I can get started on this week based on what you gave me? And it'll kind of give that general breakdown on the simplest to hardest, where you can have it go from hardest to simplest. You know what I'm saying? You can program and prompt it the way you want, so it will give you the results you specifically want and need to be able to get ahead on things you are working on. So for the moment, I don't know what happened though, because both things, when I tried adding extra levels, it was showing me going up a staircase, but now it's like it's not there. So we gotta figure that out. But I don't want to make y'all wait too much based on, there's not a whole lot going on right now. Right now it's just more of a waiting game and we're vibing to some music until I think it's fixed. So for the moment, I believe I'm going to end stream in maybe the next few minutes. After I code this one more time, we're at 80%, so we might as well use the full 100%. So we use Fable 5 to its ability, but I'm not really 100% sure what Fable 5 even did. It looked like it was showing me some stuff, but now it's like it's not. It's literally non-existent. Maybe because I'm on creator mode. Here I still don't see if the exit's not here. Opening is not here. 1 second. Oh, okay, so enter pyramid. Okay, so maybe it is there. That's weird, because on the top it showed us nothing, but on the bottom it showed us this. So, okay, that's a little bit different. What we're gonna do is unmute this at 2%. Let me know if the sound of the fire gets a little annoying. Right now, our current mission is get the sundials. So right now I have, like I said, the map right here that I could use, or I can simply press M on the keyboard, pop up the map that way. Oh, I see the sundial is this way. Makes it a little easier to look down at and keep going versus keep looking to the top right. So you gotta go this way, go right, and go right. I think I'll add a longer stamina boost too as well, so I don't have to worry about that. Sundial number 2. And we have the ability to wave. Oh, that's somebody else. Oh, so that's the mummy? It is not, that mummy's not even wrapped in bandages. We have to change that. Remember before it never showed us that was the mummy. Let's see how much you use it. Okay, first off, 80%. We have $9 left in promotion cards. That's fine, but we're gonna switch from Fable back to Opus. Use that last 10% on something else. Jump scares. No, I'm gonna use Fable 5 for jump scares. I want you to create the jump scares to be more, even more scarier than they are right now. They're random, which is perfect the way I like, but I also want you to make the jump scare have some type of scary noise that also catches you off guard from the noise of it. I also would like the entrance of the pyramid to glow in a yellowish orange with torches lit on the left and right side as you walk into the actual pyramid itself and enter the level, to give it more of a spookier type of feel to it. I also would like some type of vines and stuff growing on the walls. Green vines with some type of thorns on it that look like it's been aged. You can have some on the floor as well, but not too overwhelming of the amount of greenery on the floor, because this is a desert and most things are going to be dead. That does that. Let me do some exploring. We got 2 sundials. We're gonna press P. So the next sundial, we have to go this way. And now, while we're doing that and waiting, we're gonna listen to some music as we play the game.
The edge of my name, wanna step out, then I'm back in the flame. clean white cloth, but the hem is torn and the thread comes off. I wash my hands till the red won't fade. Every sweet little word leaves a sharper blade. Round and round we go, back to the same fire. Your love got teeth and it bites even higher. I can feel that pull at the edge of my neck. One step out, then I'm back in the flame. Same wheel, we keep turning. Same wheel, the night keeps burning. Broken ring dance, broken ring dance. You call me home and you let me down again. If I stay, I sink. If I go, you call. You build me up just to watch me fall. I cut one coat, you tie two more. Still my heart hears you at the rotten door. Same wheel, we keep turning. Same wheel, the night keeps burning. Broken ring dance, broken ring dance. I choose my life, I won't come back again. You swear it's the last time, then you come back around. Same old hurt in your hand, same old taste in your mouth. Mama warned me twice about that sweet talk chain. One kiss, one lie, and we're dancing in the rain. Round and round we go, back to the same fire. Your love got teeth and it bites even higher. I can feel that pull at the edge of my neck. One step out, then I'm back in the flame. Same wheel, we keep turning. Same wheel, the night keeps burning. Broken ring dance, broken ring dance. You call me home, then you let me down again. Hey. Your promise comes dressed in a clean white cloth, but the hem is torn and the thread comes off. I wash my hands till the red won't fade. Every sweet little word leaves a sharper blade. Round and round we go, back to the same fire. Your love got teeth and it bites even higher. I can feel that pull at the edge of my neck. One step out, then I'm back in the flame. Same wheel, we keep turning. Same wheel, the night keeps burning. Broken ring dance, broken ring dance. You call me home and you let me down again. If I stay, I sink. If I go, you call. You build me up just to watch me fall. I cut one coat, you tie two more. Still my heart hears you at the rotten door. Same wheel, we keep turning. Same wheel, the night keeps burning. Broken ring dance, broken ring dance. I choose my life, I won't come back again. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, oh. Ay, ah, hey. I was born on a map in my chest, but the roads all changed when I took that step. Bare feet on stone, eyes on the smoke. If I never jumped, I'd never know. Mama said, child, the edge is real, but the edge is where the future feels. I held my breath, then I let it go. One hand open, one hand for hope. Say my name when the wind comes hard. Say my name when the ground falls apart. I'm still here, I'm still moving on. From the first fear to the first bright dawn. Take the risk with me. Take the risk with me. We can't stay small, no. We were made to rise. Take the risk with me. Take the risk with me. One brave step, my love, and the whole world opens wide. Seen men fold when the night got cold. Seen dreams go cheap for a pocket of gold. But I kept mine wrapped in a battered coat. Still warm like a fire, I refuse to smoke. I don't need faith, I need truth. Need the ground that can hold my proof. So I speak out loud when the doubts attack. I walk to the front and I don't look back. Say my name when the drum rolls in. Say my name, let the new life begin. I'm still here, I'm still moving on. From the first fear to the first bright dawn. Take the risk with me. Take the risk with me. We can't stay small, no. We were made to rise. Take the risk with me. Take the risk with me. One brave step, my love, and the whole world opens wide. Hey. I've kissed the cliff and lived. I've lost and learned to give. If the door is fire, I'll pass through. If the road is broken, I will build it new. Yeah, 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 yeah. No more waiting for a sign. I am the sign. No more praying to the ceiling. I am the climb. Take the risk with me. Take the risk with me. We can't stay small, no. We were made to rise. Take the risk with me. Take the risk with me. One brave step, my love, and the whole world opens wide. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Sun on the table, soft on your skin. You came in smiling, and the room lit up again. Ice in the bucket, palm trees in my head. We laughed too loud and danced off what we said. Hold me close, let the night roll slow. Pretty eyes. soft on your skin. You came in smiling, and the room lit up again. Ice in the bucket, palm trees in my head. We laughed too loud and danced off what we said. Hold me close, let the night roll slow. Pretty eyes glow when the warm wind blows. Palm rum breeze, take me there. Palm rum breeze, we don't need care. Feel that beat in our bones. Palm rum breeze, take us home. Take us home. Oh, take us home. Take us home. Oh, bare feet sliding on the warm wood floor. You spun right back and I wanted more. Laughter spilling like coins in the sand. Every little worry fell right from my hand. Hold me close, let the night roll slow. Pretty eyes glow when the warm wind blows. Palm rum breeze, take me there. Palm rum breeze, we don't need care. Feel that beat in our bones. Palm rum breeze, take us home. Take us home. Take us home. Take us home. Let the moon lean, let the glasses clink, let the sweet night run till we barely think. One more sway, one more round, soul to soul, we go deep down, deep down, deep down, deep down. Whoa. Palm rum breeze, take me there. Palm rum breeze, we don't need care. Feel that beat in our bones. Palm rum breeze, take us home. Take us home. Take us home. Take us home.
All right, we got about 2% left as far as well, the 1% left as far as usage. So other than that, we got most of what we wanted to get done. We added a couple new features to the game. We added the rock feature, almost similar to Indiana Jones, where you step on a booby trap and a big old rock comes rolling by. The booby trap as far as the spikes. We nerfed the werewolf a little bit because the werewolf was just too much as far as it's attacking us too many times. We figured out that one creature is actually the mummy. So the mummy looks pretty cool. It doesn't really look like a mummy, it looks like something totally different, but other than that, the actual outside of the pyramid is pretty cool. One thing I'm going to definitely add to right now is spawning like right in front of the door instead of I might keep spawning far to the left. So a small little bug like that needs to be fixed. Nothing too crazy, and add a few other things. And like I said, during the next stream, we are probably going to work on making either an app or something that we can use on the daily, or say if you're a streamer and you want something or want to vibe code something, leave it down in the comments, or yeah, leave it in the comments and tell me what you want to see, what you want to work on, what I could do better. How's the audio? Like I said, if audio issues a problem, let me know. I'm going to be watching this back again to do 3 things that will be better for the following stream. One of them is, for me, I know I'm going to work on is the music, so I can be able to place that on and off whenever I want to. And a couple other things as far as getting things started, so we're not necessarily running back and forth and keep getting restarted as Claude makes something else. So maybe I'll have it where maybe it's working on the app, and then we'll have another game we're creating as well, so that is playable to be able to use while the other thing is coding. Because you can play a game on here and have, as far I've only tested it with 2 different codes running at the same time, but obviously that's going to use your usage up a lot faster. But it just shows you the power of it to be able to run 2 different coding programs at once to start working for you and building as you're doing something else on the thing itself. So like I said, if you haven't used Claude is a really great AI assistant that allows you to do a whole bunch, create a bunch. Like I said, in every stream, basically everything you see here in the stream was created by AI and by me by simply vibe coding something. Just like my logo above, I wanted some type of grape because my name is TastyGrapess, so I needed some type of cluster of grapes somewhere. Purple is my favorite grapes, but people also ask about green grapes, so I put TastyGrapess, so purple and green, just to kind of generally have the 2 together. We have the stream overlay that I created using Claude, prompting it as far as being able to see how many viewers on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick at the same time, and I can generally see how many people are on which platform to see where I'm getting the most reach at and what's performing better. Because obviously with Twitch, you don't really have like a crazy amount of like discoverability versus YouTube with the algorithm. With Twitch, it's like if you're on something that's very fluctuated, like just chatting, unless someone has it where they're trying to see smaller streamers or really scroll and have a lot of people in your thing, you're not really going to have a lot of people in your chat. So that can't really discourage you or anything like that, because you're building, you're creating what you want to create. It's up to them and other people to want to watch it long enough, and see the progress that forms from you doing it on a consistent basis. But we created a video game, we created music, and there's so much more to create. We created an app. Well, I already created an app already because I do financial stuff with investing, so it kind of gives me more of an update when earning calls or earning season is upon us, and what actual companies are going to be releasing news and what their revenue is. So certain things like that, where I was able to use it because I do financial markets often. I was able to create something that I'm able to personally use on a daily and trust the information given to me versus going on the App Store or something, or Play Store, and hoping that this thing gives you the right information that you're looking for and having to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? Now you don't even have to pay for it, and you can build your own, and you can build your own apps. It's not really necessarily an app, it's like a web browser app, but like I said, it still works. As long as you're on the same general Wi-Fi as it running, then you should be perfectly fine. So instead of, like I said, signing up for some sketchy program to be able to see your chat as well, I made that as well with Claude to be able to see all my chat on my screen, and also I have it where I can look at it on my phone as well and see all chats, versus at times I've Googled and YouTubed a couple things and it's kind of hard finding, not hard finding it, but you can find different programs that allow you to see certain things, but then you gotta connect your Twitch account or YouTube account to it, to different sketchy websites that you've never heard of, but because it gives you the ability to see your chat or see all chats, which is very important on all different platforms, you're just gonna be like, go ahead and do it, but you don't know who you're actually letting give access to your account. I don't know how dangerous that could be. I used to do it, but like I said, now that I have Claude AI and I can actually just build all these tools, I literally don't need them. I literally can just use myself. Bam, I got chat overlay to see all chats, which is very important, and now I can see it on my screen and on my phone if I need to, if I'm on a different screen. I have the stream overlay to see all platforms that I have viewers on, so I can see I have a solid 6 versus kind of maybe glancing at my phone or switching back to the OBS screen and seeing how many I have. And I also have my 3D grapes that I created at the bottom right hand corner that spins around by using Claude. That was made on Blender. Claude was able to go into Blender and we vibe coded, and it made the proper adjustments to make what I just have right there now. So now my stream looks more professional. Like I said, I got the stream overlay to see how many people are actually watching. We got a solid 6 watching. My name is right above me. I have me in here as well as the stream cam. I have the vibe coding with Claude until I buy a condo to know what the video is about. 0 coding experience directly above. And all this, you see what I'm saying, it correlates around. Whereas if I had nothing, it was just my camera, you know what I'm saying, it wouldn't look as professional, or it just looked very empty, you know what I'm saying. So I think it's just pretty cool as far as what you can do with AI nowadays, and people just don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a professional streamer and have all this professional looking stuff, all you literally have to do is go on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, watch people, see how they're doing it, see how the general setup is, what looks like it's working, what looks like it doesn't work, and know where to put your name so it's not in the way. You have your picture. Like I said, I have down below, I have the texting bubble right there that I'm typing in, and then we have the video game right here to the right hand side for us to be able to just simply be like, okay, I'm playing this, and you can see me looking directly at it. I had my camera at one point had me face this way, but I thought about it and looked better if I face this way, so I'm looking at it with you guys. So like I said, certain things you're just using your brain and be like, okay, this works, this looks like it's better, this looks smoother, and slowly and steadily you're gonna look more and more professional. And then now later on, all you have to do is just press the button to go live, and you have everything already ready, set and ready to go. You just want to make sure your audio is nice and crisp, and overall nothing's lagging, and like I said, you can show what you're trying to teach directly on the screen. So like I said, it's that simple. But like I said, next stream I'm probably gonna be working on the app. There's not much more to add to this game right now currently, except for some details and stuff like that. I do have another horror game I made before I started vibe coding on stream, so maybe I will show that one as well in the next following stream. The next following stream will probably be next Saturday, since like I said, my new schedule for work is me having to get up at 3 a.m., meet someone at 4, and drive 2 hours to the job and start before 7 a.m. and then, you know, ending at 3 and then driving another 2 hours back. Like I said, it's a lot and a toll on my body, so that's why I was a little late even today as far as streaming. But hey, we got here, we got it done, and I'm blessed to say that I was able to do it, because this is something that's going to help me make income to be able to one day leave this job and do this full time and be able to teach people a bunch of stuff. There'll be more than just teaching on my channel. Obviously, I have gaming and a few other things, but I have a whole bunch of niches that I actually do. So, I'm looking forward to expanding into those branches. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. And so you can expect the next vibe coding stream to be on a Saturday. If you see any other streams during the week, it'll probably be me doing a little bit of gaming or something. Have a little extra spare time, trying to make some clips and stuff for these other games come out as well. So if you stayed this long, remember to leave a like and hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. Kick, hit that follow button as well. I appreciate you all for watching, and I hope you all have an amazing night. I had fun. I had a good time learning, understanding, and editing this to make it even better than what it already is. And like I said, next stream, we're probably going to be working on making some type of an app. It'll be a local host app, so we won't directly launch it on the store right away. But what I vibe code, it'll be on there, so you can either generally copy it yourself based on how I speak it, and you kind of type it in the same, or try to make something very similar, and hopefully it helps you in a use case scenario where you can use it on the daily, like I do with my financial app I basically created to know when certain earning reports and stuff are going on for big companies to know if there's money opportunities and moves to make, you know. So AI is already making me money, right? You know what I'm saying? You always look up these videos saying, oh, how do you make money with AI and stuff? Well, I'm showing you how to do it and how I'm able to do it, you know, by simply making apps that make things more efficient, making a financial app, like I said, even making say you're a streamer and making your stream look more professional with all the stuff on it. That'll create you more viewers and make people want to watch and be like, okay, he takes this seriously. He has all this stuff on there. He doesn't just have a camera up in the game, you know? So different things like that you got to take in consideration if you're really trying to grow with certain things, because they do take time. But with AI, they can take less time. You see what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of it. And I don't think you should be like, oh, it's destroying the environment, so I'm not going to use it, while a whole bunch of other people are already using it and making and creating a whole bunch. It's not like you not doing it is making a movement where it's saving the environment. It's already being used, and there's no real press of a slowdown button unless it probably maybe hacks something too crazily, and next thing you know, they want the shutdown or something. But realistically, there's no reason for you to delay yourself from using something that can literally set your future up to look better, as well as get other things done faster and have more use cases for it. If you can understand it and know how to create something with it that will help you in your day-to-day life, I don't understand why you wouldn't do that. Does it have to be in a book for you to be like, okay, now I'll implement this to do this? You see what I'm saying? Because most of the time, there's plenty of knowledge in books, but guess what? A lot of people don't read books. So that is almost not, I wouldn't say the word gatekept, but like, they know where to put the information where not a lot of people are going to look. So take that with how you take that. AI is pretty much here to stay, so don't delay the inevitable. It's already in your email. It's probably in your work life in some type of way that they're using. And you being afraid of it or saying it's bad, and you trying not to be like, oh, why don't you use AI, to just say that, oh, you're against it, is a waste of time, in my opinion. Without further ado, Claude AI, everybody. Opus 5, and I showed you all a little bit of Fable 5. So, thanks for watching. Remember to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. It helps out the channel, helps push out the video to get further. And hopefully I'll reach even more people on the next stream. If you're just tuning in, I'm getting ready to end the stream. But we worked on a horror game, added a bunch of extra stuff to it to make it look better. We changed some wall designs. There's some other things I do want to change. Maybe the flame look a little better. More stuff on the walls. Kind of get rid of the vines I just recently added. And a bunch more. But stay tuned for that. We'll vibe code and I'll speak my brain out. And I'll just let y'all kind of hear, understand, and be like, okay, if I speak to my AI like this, I will get this outcome versus how I was saying it before. How you explain something and the words you use is very important for the outcome of what you're vibe coding. That's something that's very important you want to know. If you say it in a low educated type of conversation to it, it will give you the answer that you want, but it won't be as fast, and maybe you'll have to prompt it a couple more times to get exactly what you want, which will burn on more tokens. It probably couldn't make an extra day as far as how long it takes to make it. But there's nothing wrong with that, because you're still learning it and understanding it. You see what I'm saying? So Like I said, the more you use it and understand, okay, now if I say this properly, it responded very strongly like this. So now I want to say every time I have a topic or something I wanted to solve, I want to say it like this versus like this. You see what I'm saying? That's how you learn, and it adapts to learn how you speak, and you're adapting to learn how it thinks about you. And from there, like I said, you could just, like I said, after that, and you know how to prompt and vibe code, like I said, you start making all bunch of stuff. Like I said, it's possible. Say it again. I quote, people have the answers in their pocket and they choose not to look. People have the answers in their pocket and they choose not to look. Think about that. We all have the answers in our pocket. We just got to prompt it. Literally. Without further ado, everybody, peace. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Peace and love, everybody. Have a great weekend. Put a smile on your face. If you didn't touch grass this Saturday, touch it on Sunday. Thank God that you're here for another day. What a time to be alive. Peace, y'all.